Everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I will be giving my review for the new romance comedy Bros. Um, this is produced by Judd Apatow, starring Billy Eichner and Luke McFarlane. How to talk about this movie? I don't want to get I don't want to give off the wrong impression with talking about this movie. Because there's an element in this movie that I was okay with to a point, and then it kind of became too much. So I don't want to come off in a bad way when I say my issue with it, but so hopefully, when I get to that, nobody takes it the wrong way. So when I saw the trailer for this, I was mildly interested because I am a fan of Luke McFarlane. I don't really have any history with Billy Eichner stuff. But it's romance comedy, which I enjoy. So I thought, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I didn't hate the movie. The movie had some good qualities. I thought the acting was good. I thought the chemistry between Luke and Billy was good. I thought Luke did a great job. I think this might be my first theatrical release movie that I've seen him in that I'm aware of at the moment. I've seen him obviously in a lot of Hallmark stuff. There might have been other stuff he's been in. I just don't remember off the top of my head that I've seen. But I thought Luke McFarlane did great in this. I thought the comedy worked for the most part, but it also didn't at times. And I think that kind of fell flat at times because of a couple of things. One thing being, this movie is nearly 2 hours long. For me personally, I felt the runtime. I thought the runtime was way too long. It should have been cut down to an hour and a half, hour and 40 max. I felt, but I felt again another Judd Apatow produced movie slash directed. He didn't direct it, but it seems like when Judd Apatow has a hand in stuff, it tends to be, for me personally, very long. And comedies are fine if you can do it. Longer comedies are fine if you can do them right. And for me, I just don't get into a lot of his style comedies that he puts himself as a part of. I know some people love his work. I'm just not one of them. I don't love his work. I enjoy some of his stuff, but not many. But the runtime definitely weighs this film down. And also, and this is the part hopefully nobody takes it wrong. I'm not trying to talk bad about anything. But Billy Eichner's character, he is very strongly pushing the LGBTQ stuff in your face in this movie. Because his character is this guy that is trying to open up this LGBTQ museum. He's all about the community. He wants it to be in schools. He wants it to be taught to little kids. And there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're going through a 2-hour movie and you're just wanting something to throw on to sit back, relax, laugh at. You don't want to be hit constantly with and being pushed in your face with the LGBTQ stuff all throughout the whole film.
He fell out of the bed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and I went and changed back while I was up there. And Peabody was up there, checked on Addison, all her stuffies except for Sonic, and Puppy was all the way up her head. So I asked her if she put it there because I wanted to see if she remembered. Because if not, I mean, she was sleepwalking when she did it. And she remembered. She said, yeah, so.
But, you know, because throughout this whole movie, you know, he's really pushing it, and your, you know, throughout this whole film, and you're getting characters that keep
emphasizing what they are.
Yeah, emphasizing that they're lesbian, or emphasizing that they're trans, or emphasizing that they're bi, and it's like, we get it. You know, you've already said that. Do we keep saying it? You know, what's the point of that?
It's almost like when people say it just to get attention.
It just, I'm like, it's too much. Like,
there's some people that do that.
It became too much. You know, I was fine with it to a point, but then after that point, it was like, really, you know, we get it. You know, we know what you're trying to do. We know what you're trying to push, and we know what you know, we get that you're a lesbian. We get that you're transgender. We've established this already. Can we move on from that? Like, why do we keep having to bring it up? I've not forgotten the 2-hour runtime that you're a lesbian and you're a transgender and what this movie's trying to do. You know, I wished it. You know, you could have kept his wanting to open up the museum storyline, but trimmed it down, focused more on him and Luke, and you know, you still could have had your message in there, but I just felt like they didn't go about this the right way. And it just really affected the movie, especially when you have the almost 2-hour runtime. It affected the comedy because after a while, it was just kind of like started to lose the effect with the comedy. And I hated that it did that, because this movie had so much potential that it just didn't kill it, but it really knocked it down for me in my score. I would still say see the movie, give it a shot. You know, I know it's not done the greatest in theaters. It cost, I think, like $22 million to make, and the last I saw it had only brought in like $4.9 million. So it's not doing really good at all in the theaters. Nobody's really going to see it. Whether it's because it's a rom-com, whether it's because of what the big message is in this one, I don't know. You know, I can't say, because I just don't know. But I would definitely say give it a shot. I know it's still a decent film, an okay film. I just wish somebody was in that room when they were going over the script and just kind of looked at Billy and said, "Billy, let's tone it back a little bit. let's scale this back a little bit. We can get your message in there. We're all about getting your message in there, but let's do it a little bit differently." And overall, though, I gave this a 3 out of 5. I think that was a very fair score for this film. If you loved it more, that's great. I'm glad you did. But I wished I was there with you. I wished I could have loved it more, but it didn't happen for me. But at least I can say I gave it a shot and not just wrote it off and not watched it at all. But is there anything you want to say?
I didn't like it.
You had some laughs with it, but
in general, I didn't like it.
yeah,
And I knew too much sex at the beginning. I didn't know.
that is the thing. Like
It was hard for me to even hear it.
there is quite a bit of sex stuff in here. So be aware of that when you go see it. You know, it's basically a rom com, or more like a raunchy rom com. So just be aware of that. But I believe that is everything, unless there's anything else.
No.
So that is everything for our review of Bros. So please come like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for all of our videos, and we will see you on the next one.